In this video, we continue with a discussion of creating lists using Python. And the original file that I illustrated in a previous video, we talked about creating a list. And what we're doing at this same sample program 37 through 52, we will be reading all the lines from a file and placing each line inside of a list in using this for loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our try except statement so that we will be able to have the program to read the data from the file, strip it of any blank spaces, and in the process of doing so, we're going to check to make sure that the number it reads is positive. And if it is, after these two criteria has been met, then the computer is going to store that line of information into the list called tests. So when you see the append method, it is appending the number that has been read into the list data structure of Python. So we're going to take all of these statements from line 37 to 52. We're going to create a function. And in this function, the local variables are in file tests, and we're going to use this to pass the results of the execution of this function. Those results will be passed back to the main program. So the local variables and formal parameters here will be used in order to process the function when it is called. So what we're going to do now for line 37 to 52, we really need to just get rid of that. And what we'll say here is we're going to call the function to read all the lines from the file and store it into a list. And so to call the function, we're going to use the function name. Remember, you always want to use the function name. It just so happens that the name of the parameters in the function are going to be the same in the main section of our program. The main section always has our actual parameters that are being used to transport the data or to receive data from a function. And so we're getting the data in file. Let's see if this actually works. In our hypo chart, we are right here getting the data from a file and storing the data inside a list. This is where we're at in our hypo chart. So let's take a look at that. So now let's run the program. We'll do a run or press function key 5. Enter the file name you would like to read from. And let's say we thought it was test scores file or something like that. It says it doesn't exist. In this one, I am using t-scores. And we're going to enter the file name where we wish to write the results. I'll just say report test scores list number 1. And of course the Python prompt comes up, or whatever prompt you're using in the desired editor. So let's go in and let's take a look. We're going to try to look for the report test scores. So let's try to find that. Here it is. And we're going to open it up. And let's see what it produced. And we'll just make it look a little bigger so we can see it in its entirety. Okay, so here's the test scores report. It gave us an unsorted set of scores, gave us the sorted scores, and I'm going to place a line between there. And here's the scores. They're in order from the lowest score to the highest score. And then we indicated we wanted to look at find out the number of test scores that were numerical, and there's 25 of those. The minimum test score is 40, and you can see that's at the top. The maximum test score is 100. The average is 82.3. So the program works, but let's make sure we understand what it did and why. And of course, let's take a look at that. So we read the data, open for reading and writing, print out the heading. We printed the unsorted scores, separated with a line. We write the list of unsorted tests, and we need to add one more of these. Place that here just to separate everything out, the sorted scores, and then we write the test scores again, but this time that list is sorted. We call the built-in statistical methods to find the minimum, maximum, and average. We consider min and max as functions in Python, and then we have statistics. We are referencing this module that we imported, and then we're being very specific about the method that we're using, which is means. So that calculates the average. And the final couple of steps will be to write the statistical data, total number of test scores from the statement at line 56. We do an average, min, and max. The method len, open parentheses, tests, close parentheses, is used. We call this built-in function to determine the number of items in the test score list. So it tells you how many elements are in there. And that's how we get the total. And then of course you see the minimum, maximum, and the average. We display all of these pieces of statistical data, and then we will close the input file and the output file. And here we have our function. Now this function should be moved over to our function, our customized functions module, and we're going to do that now. Whenever you move functions to your dedicated customized functions, don't forget to resave that file so that it will be able to record changes, your latest updates. So now that we've saved that, let's go back to our file and make sure that it recognizes and can import this function to your source code. So we ran the program one more time. It asks us to enter the file name where we wish to read from, and we put in t-scores. Enter the file name where you wish to write the report. I put in report number 2. So let's go back and take a look and see where it is. And it created the report test scores list number 2. We'll open it up and see the content in the file. And here is the unsorted list, the sorted scores, the number of test scores, the minimum test score, maximum test score, and the average. So I just added that line between the sorted scores and the unsorted. So you see the list as it is unsorted, you see the list sorted, and the statistical data, such as the number of test scores in the list, the minimum test score, the maximum test score, and the average. So creating a list data structure enables us to manipulate collections of data and perform comparison and contrast exercises on these particular listings, rather. So we're able to perform statistical functions using the statistical module. And as you can see, we sorted, that's searching, looking for the mean or the average, the smallest or minimum or the largest value in the list. So as you navigate through the program, make sure that you understand every step, its purpose, the functionality of the built-in functions, and the purpose of the functions that you customize. Stay tuned for the next video, which enables us to create a few more customized functions as you understand how to create functions, how to utilize functions, built-in functions, and methods in your program to enhance the program output and the ability of the program to yield desired results.